close your eyes.
Yo, welcome everybody back to the 2-Minute Warning. I'm your host Ethan, and I got Lucas on remotely.
What's good?
And we've got the fucking most banger episode today. As everyone knows, if you're paying attention in the NFL world, it was free agency, still is free agency.
Well, technically, it's pre-free agency.
Yeah, it's
but
not
the
even
window
free
is
agency.
opened to where they can make deals and stuff,
that
and
opened
basically
today.
announce what's gonna be happening.
Yeah.
Free agency. We're filming this at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so free agency officially opens at 4 p.m. So we won't. But yeah.
Yes, this is on Wednesdays, so we're gonna try. So we're gonna upload this on a Wednesday rather than our usual Thursdays. We might switch that permanently in the future. Not sure yet. But yeah, we got a fucking crazy episode. In literally a matter of 3 days, the entire NFL just like flipped upside down. Like literally.
Literally. It's like our franchise mode we started. It's insane.
I've never seen, like, this is like fucking NBA type fucking player movement right now. So
Even worse, this is like if Steph Curry and LeBron James switched teams in the same year. Ridiculous.
Yeah, literally. But we're gonna jump in them. Every team's like biggest free agent, and a few other ones. Any big names there? And see how they did, and maybe grade them depending on how much time we've got. But we're going to be talking about a lot of players here today. So, and if we also have up to date, if any updates happen, we'll also
breaking news happens.
Right,
we have a source.
yes, we have a source. Totally.
We have source.
We're not insiders though. We're not insiders, so we're not getting all the deals and shit. But
Speak for yourself.
okay, buddy. Okay.
Yeah. Starting with the Bills.
Yeah, let's start in the AFC East here with the Bills. They had a few walkaways. Gabe
They
Davis
cleared house basically.
Yeah, Gabe Davis is gone.
They released Trey White, Jordan Poyer, and Morse. Those are the big names that I'm like, wow, why would you do that? And obviously Gabe Davis walked away, but they cleaned house, which is interesting. I feel like cleaning house this early is kind of interesting, but I guess when you lose so many years in a row, you kind of have to. On to their signings.
So they signed
Dion Dawkins.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest signing they have. Offensive tackle Dion Dawkins signs for a $60.5 million extension to stay with the Bills, 3-year deal. And he was entering his final year, so he would have played this year regardless with the Bills. But
yeah, really good though. I mean, Dion Dawkins, one of the best OTs in the game. So, not much to really say about that. Really good signing.
So a lot of people were
AJ Epinesa.
Yeah, AJ. They signed AJ Epinesa to a 2-year deal worth up to $20 million. So I want to talk about the fact that they released Jordan Poyer, and a lot of Bills fans were upset that they kept Damar Hamlin around.
Well, they don't know ball.
Yeah, I guess because Jordan Poyer was making a big dollar amount compared to what Damar Hamlin was making.
They had to clear salary cap. Releasing Damar Hamlin wouldn't do nothing. And technically, Damar Hamlin is the starter, and that's what people are complaining about. He's not going to be the starter by the start of the season. Guys, we haven't even hit free agency. So if you're bitching about Damar Hamlin being the starter before fucking April, you should not be a football fan. You're a casual. So I don't like that, but
plus the Bills signed Taylor Rapp to a 3-year deal anyway.
Breaking news: the Eagles just reached a agreement with Jake Elliott for 4 years, $24 million. Love to see the kickers get paid, but fuck Jake Elliott. But highest paid kicker in NFL history. Highest paid kicker in NFL history, Jake Elliott now.
Yeah,
if you have the money,
ties him with ties Tucker.
Yeah, well, Tucker, yeah, but if you have the money to throw that to him, why not, right? Congrats to him. But yeah, that was just breaking news. But back to the Bills. So yeah, if you're annoyed that they released Jordan Poyer and didn't release Damar Hamlin, it was purely for salary cap. So get over yourselves, you childish fucks. Okay. But I do agree releasing Poyer, Trey White, and Morris and all that was not the best decision to clear house this year. But obviously cap space. But yeah.
What about
I think they made all the right signings.
Money Mitch. Money Mitch, the best signing they signed. Mitch Trubisky's
realistically,
2-year deal.
Out of everyone that could have been a backup, a really cheap backup, like he's signing for really cheap, right? So he's not bad. You have a good enough team to where if Josh Allen, God forbid, gets injured, you have a serviceable quarterback that can squeeze you out a win or two.
Hey, Joe Flacco's still out there, he's hasn't reached a deal yet. So
I know. I'd love to see Joe Flacco on the Vikings. That would be a perfect fit, I think.
His window as a starter is closing very fast.
Well, like I said, free agency hasn't even started. He's probably weighing all his options. I'm sure there's gonna be a market because even if he's not a starter, he's a very good backup. So, if we know he's not returning to the Browns, but yeah, he'll be on a team for sure. But the Bills, they signed everyone that you think they should have realistically, other than the releasings, obviously, but that was for salary cap. Taylor Rapp, I think, is good enough. They re-signed him to a 3-year contract. So yeah,
So a few more unfamiliar names. Offensive guard David Edwards, defensive tackle Daquan Jones, left back.
Daquan is good. Daquan is good,
but just to speed things up here, Nicholas Morrow, left back, 1-year deal. Cam Lewis is re-signing on a 2-year deal.
Left back.
Sorry, linebacker. Sorry, my bad.
I'm playing FC 24.
Yeah, my bad.
All right, and then corner Cam Lewis. But on to the Dolphins.
I've been playing too much fucking FIFA, dude.
On to the Dolphins. Obviously the Dolphins also lost a shit ton of people. They do bring on Robert Jones. They re-signed Robert Jones. They get Jonnu Smith, which I think is interesting. I think that's not a bad pickup at all. Jonnu Smith was a very serviceable tight end for the Falcons last year. Pretty much stole Pitt's job. And he's a good blocking tight end too. So he's a kind of like a Swiss Army knife within that tight end position. But then Aaron Brewer, pretty standard signing, 3-year contract, $21 million, get paid, boy.
Interdivision signing, they pick up Jordan Poyer.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that last, but yeah, no brainer really for the Miami Dolphins. I think he signed for like a 1-year, $2 million deal or whatever. So why wouldn't you sign him? That's almost league minimum. Makes it interesting why the Bills wouldn't, but yeah. And then you have Shaq Barrett agreed to a 1-year contract. I really like this signing. And then my boy Jordan Brooks. It's rough to see you go. You were great for the Seahawks. But yeah, that's a huge signing. I think out of everyone here, Jordan Brooks will be the best signing for them. 3 years, $30 million. That's really good. But yeah, he's gonna help the Dolphins a lot. And then obviously you have Anthony Walker, Nick Needham, and then obviously Jordan Poyer. So yeah.
Now the
what do you think?
Here,
what do you think about the Dolphins?
The Dolphins?
Think they obviously lost Christian Wilkins, which was huge. Which we'll talk about later. But yeah.
They didn't really they improved their tight end spot. Jonnu's going to be way better than whoever the fuck they had last year. But
wasn't it Gesicki, dude?
no, Gesicki was on the pads last year. He wasn't even there.
Oh right, yeah. So yeah, I mean,
but
good enough. I mean,
but I think
they're a really run-heavy offense, and that's what John Smith is good for. So
yeah, I give someone else for Tua to pass to. But the problem is if they're spending a lot of money on this, are they going to be able to give Tua a contract?
Yes. Oh, 100%. That's why they let Christian Wilkins walk. Like literally, they're paying Tua, and that's it. It's what it seems like. But yeah, I think they signed everyone within their limits. Like I mean, they're still going to be a good team, and I do think
any team.
The Bills. I do think the Bills beat out the Dolphins, so the Dolphins are really going to have to fight for that second spot in the division. I think the first is a lock, which I'll talk about later on. But yeah, now on to the Patriots.
The Pats made a lot of moves around here. None of them with really big name players, but
all like solid. Like they didn't go out and spend like too much money to where they're locked in for someone, right? Obviously, a lot of money is going to go to whoever they draft. I'm thinking might be Marvin Harrison, might be a quarterback, but a lot of money is going to go towards that player. And who knows? I know there's a market for Calvin Ridley on the Patriots, and he isn't signed yet, so it's very interesting. But
T. Higgins also a possible landing spot.
A trade, but they don't have a lot of trade capital. That's the only thing. And they're not in a position to trade their third draft pick, so. That's why I didn't say T. Higgins is because of that. But, I mean, everyone here, I think, they're solid enough. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, interesting, as he was the third string behind Jimmy G and Tom Brady. That was interesting that they brought him back. But, I mean, he is serviceable. I mean, better than Zappy, I think. But
yeah, he's probably
and then you have your guy.
Nathan Rookie, the Canadian.
He's
going to be a third
your
string.
Guy.
He's going to be a third string, though. I don't think he's been given an opportunity to actually, I don't know, do something.
I don't think he's going to the UFL, buddy.
They did resign him, though. They did resign him.
He'll be in the UFL by the end of the year. No disrespect. It's
Antonio
just a tough
Gibson.
league to be in.
I like Antonio Gibson
I don't hate this. But the only thing is that you still have Zeke and you still have Ramondre. So paying Antonio Gibson is kind of like whatever. But I mean, he's solid. Like he'll probably be a special teams guy. Maybe they'll throw him in because there was injury issues with Ramondre and even Zeke a little bit last year. So he'll probably get some reps. He might take a couple carries away a game. But yeah, at this point, Antonio Gibson isn't looking to be a lead back or even a second string. So yeah, he just went where the money is. And it's a guaranteed $5.3 million sounds pretty nice for someone that knows they're going to be a third string. So
Kendrick Bourne.
And then my favorite signing, Kendrick Bourne. People forget Kendrick Bourne was a very good wide receiver before he got injured. He was consistently dropping numbers and consistently getting in the end zone for the Patriots. So I really like it. I wish Kendrick Bourne kind of went to a team like the Chiefs so he could actually eat. But you can't turn down a max deal of $33 million on 3 years. That's a really good deal for Kendrick Bourne. And I think he continues to be the wide receiver one unless they go out and get Marvin Harrison. So he's a very good two though, in my opinion.
Jalen Reed signs. That's
literally league minimum, dude.
League minimum.
I mean, Henry, this is a prove it deal, right? So, Hunter Henry, I like it. Nice. I mean, not much to say. I'm surprised they signed Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper, but I mean, the Patriots do like to come in heavy sets and come with 2 to 3 tight ends a lot. So they got 2 big bodies on the tight end, and yeah, I don't hate it. And then you just have these guys like Tyrone Wheatley Jr. just re-signed. Okafor, signed a free agent deal. Mike Onwenu, that's a pretty good signing. 3 year, 57 mil, 38 mil guaranteed. I mean, you can't really say no to that. He's pretty good. You have Anthony Jennings, edge. No real big names here, but I mean Josh Uche. I feel like he has potential to be there. Christian Ellis, and then my guy. Shout out to Taki. I love Taki. Definitely deserves this contract. I think he's gonna prove a lot of people wrong, and then obviously Kyle Duggar, the transition tag. So yeah. Now
the Jets, baby, did nothing. First of all,
this is the team I think has the division on lock next year. With the Bills losing so many people and the Dolphins losing so many people, the Jets really just need to stay healthy, and I think they have it. I mean, they had 7-8 wins with Zach Wilson. So if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, this is easily a 10-12 win team. They signed Tyrod Taylor, definitely an upgrade from anyone they had last year. They had John Simpson. Not bad. I mean, nothing crazy, right? But good enough. Isaiah Oliver, nothing crazy, and then Greg Zuerlein. I think this is Greg Zuerlein. He's a kicker. He got paid. Shout out to Greg. He's been in the league forever. So now,
so before we jump into the next division, just a little bit of an update. Artie Burns stays with the Seahawks on a 1-year deal.
I didn't think that was worthy to announce, but yeah.
And Harrison Bryant, just a little update. Harrison Bryant signs with the Raiders on a 1-year deal. Okay, AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens went crazy, bro. Like they have this division on lock.
Before we go, they signed Nelson Aguilar. Pretty good, right? 1-year extension, signed for whatever. Justin Madubuike. I've been saying Justin Madubuike deserves to be in the Defensive Player of the Year running last year. He was really good. You can't discredit him. $75.5 million guaranteed is amazing. I mean, shout out to him. Obviously, he was franchise tagged. Probably just to get. I think I said that he was franchise tagged probably just to get the deal done, which happened to a lot of players. But yeah, and then the big deal. Derrick Henry. I mean,
this is a fucking great dollar amount for Derrick Henry, dude.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
That's
I guess the league tried to decide that Derrick Henry, this was when he was going to slow down. When last year he had 1,300 yards and 10 plus touchdowns again. But I'm sure the Ravens are happy. I mean, they tried to trade for him early on last year. And obviously it didn't work out, but I mean, it worked out now, and it's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be insane. I mean, you're going to put him under center, maybe have Lamar in the backfield a little bit. It's going to be a really dynamic offense. I'm hoping they give him a lot of carries, like 15 to 20 carries. But yeah, this is a great signing. Nothing to really complain about here. This is looking really good.
Yeah, this is like great dollar amount, like literally $9 million guaranteed for Derrick Henry is still a serviceable fucking like beast of a running back, bro. Like,
yeah,
the fact that they got him on such a cheap deal and only a 2-year deal, he's not going to be there for fucking 5-6 years.
No, you're not going to have him when he's 36.
Yeah.
And Adrian Peterson, but yeah, really good deal. A team that was so close to the Super Bowl last year, just adding weapons. Really, just adding weapons. Didn't really lose anyone. But they lost one person that we'll talk about later. That is going to hurt them, but this is more than going to make up for it.
Now this is a confusing
Cincinnati Bengals. Huge. So basically, they signed Zach Moss and then traded Joe Mixon to the Texans.
But someone leaked it that they released them.
Yeah, well, I think it was just it was either miscommunication or they changed their mind, right? Obviously, you know, they announced that he was releasing Joe Mixon, but maybe Joe Mixon wanted interest in the Texans either, as well. So they were just like, you know what, let's just trade you instead of releasing you, because it happened very fast. So, but yeah, now I don't like it because I mean, yes, Zach Moss was good, but he wasn't Joe Mixon good at any point last year, in my opinion. Yeah, just he had a crazy couple games, but I don't think he's. I mean, he's on a cheap contract, so. But yeah, and then T Higgins. So you can't pay two wide receiver one contracts, right? They know that, so they franchise tag T Higgins. Then he comes out, says, "No, I'm worth more than whatever this franchise tag is, and I want to be a one." So, fair enough. Request a trade. Nothing's happened yet. Which
Not yet. Something could happen.
Obviously, the Bengals could very well, or they could just not trade him and say, "Suck it up." I hope for T Higgins' sake he gets traded. I think he will get traded, but it's interesting.
Well, yeah.
So
I think he's going to get traded, but it's not going to be to a team he wants to go to. It's not going to be a contender. I mean, possibly the Chiefs are big players in T Higgins. They've been
because they don't have who are they going to trade for T Higgins? They don't want to blow that team up. They just want to be out of 4 championships, right? So why would they? And they just won a championship with Kadarius Toney and Rashee Rice. Why would they choose to trade unless you're trading like a 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round draft pick for T Higgins? Why would you choose to give up anyone for T Higgins right now? Yes, you add weapons, but they could they're more likely to go and get Calvin Ridley, in my opinion, or Hollywood Brown than trade for T Higgins. It would make more sense, in my opinion.
But now with him requesting a trade, and this is on the Bengals for not getting a deal done sooner or not getting him out sooner. Him requesting a trade now lowers his stock because they know that, other teams know that he wants out, and the Bengals are now have their hands tied, and now they got to either get him out because he's probably not going to play, or they have to.
Oh no, he'll play. The wide receivers don't have the option to not play. I mean, unless you're Tyreek Hill, but he'll play. I don't think he'll sit out because if he doesn't play, no one will give him a contract. But yeah, I mean,
maybe he'll flip his mind like Jonathan Taylor requested a trade at one point.
Yeah, but then they paid him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Bengals have their hands tied.
Higgins
they have to pay him or they have to let him go.
Jamar Chase is going to reset the market. So they have to let T. Higgins go. There was an attempt to franchise tag him because they want him, obviously, but they know they can't pay him what he wants, and he's going to want around $22 million. So they franchise tag him, and he's like, no. But moving on, Mike Gesicki. I like this signing. I mean, prove it kind of deal, 1-year deal.
Definitely an improvement at tight end for sure.
Yeah, they also got Drew Sample. Bengals aren't a big tight end centered team, so And then guard, shout out to Cody Ford. Re-signed a 1-year deal. He's a good signing. I like him. And then Geno Stone. This is a really underrated signing. I think he's very good. I think he's gonna prove to a lot of people that he deserved a lot of money. So I like the Geno Stone signing. But yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a really good underrated signing. Now the Browns. The Browns making some moves, man. They're gonna be crazy this year. I
don't have them winning the division though.
No, this division is gonna be crazy, bro. All 4 teams are gonna be competitive as hell, man.
All 4 teams might finish with a winning record.
Yeah,
very well.
But the first thing is,
I mean,
the oldest
Jameis
thing that
Winston.
happened. Well, I was gonna go to the Jerry Judy trade first.
Oh no,
Well, Jameis Winston,
you know.
1 year deal, another kind of prove it deal. Who
Yeah,
knows
I mean,
who knows how consistent Deshaun Watson's going to be, whether he can stay healthy. So Jameis Winston
Yeah,
at
that's a
backup
big
is
question mark.
very,
I mean-
very, very good backup. I thought it was,
Yeah.
I think we both thought he was going to have a starting job. So the fact that
I thought he would go to a team where either like there's an old like quarterback where he can earn it, or I mean he can still earn it, but I don't think he's gonna earn it against a healthy Deshaun Watson with the weapons. But I think Jameis Winston was like, you know what? They have a lot of weapons. I know I can succeed on a team like this if Deshaun Watson continues to have the problems he's been having, because he hasn't been healthy in a very long time. So I think that was Jameis Winston's thought process. I would have loved to see Jameis Winston go to a team like the Vikings, because I think the Vikings, he would definitely be the starter there. I think.
for
I
sure.
mean, or even the Raiders. Now he would have to compete with Minshew now, obviously, but yeah,
That would
I
be
think
a 1-2
the Raiders or
punch.
Vikings. The Raiders and Vikings would have been better for him, but I think he's thinking there's clearly an opening for him to win the starting job back, and I hope he does. Honestly, I like Deshaun Watson as a player, but I think Jameis Winston provides more of what the Browns need.
I think it was
So,
more for
but yeah.
stability, right? Being able to bring in someone who's had a starting job, had a 5,000 yard season. I know it was a long time ago, but
Yeah,
he's had
I mean,
the seasons
yeah.
of success where, maybe he can bring something out on this young team. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, and then now Jerry Judy. So this is a huge deal. I mean, we thought Jerry Judy was going to be traded early on when he was being called the Jag, just a guy. And he was really upset. But right before
Just
the
a
trade
guy.
deadline,
just a guy.
right before the trade deadline, Jerry Judy's name was being popped up there for sure a lot. So this was kind of inevitable, I feel like. Yeah, I mean,
This was a very
to the
good
Browns,
return. Like this was or a very bad
it was
return
great.
for the
I
the
mean,
Broncos. Like fifth
Wh-
and sixth
when
round
you
picks
have
for
a-
Jerry Judy. That's a pretty bad return for the Broncos. They're just ready to blow it up, I think.
yeah, I mean, there's not much you can really get in return because they still have to pay Russ $39 million, right? So
That's sad.
they can't get a return for players, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure Jared Judy's going to be a solid 2 here. I still think in the right situation he's a star. I still think, I mean, Jared Judy, like coming out of college, he looked amazing. He looked like he was going to be the next big wide receiver, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. But I mean, he was on the Broncos. I'm not going to put that against him. Maybe a change of scenery will help fix that, and I feel like it will. I feel like Jared Judy is going to have definitely one of his best seasons. And yeah, I like this move for the Browns.
I think him and Amari Cooper are gonna be like fucking good. Like I think they're gonna
Well,
be
they
a
have
better
him, Amari Cooper, and Njoku. If Deshaun Watson plays like shit, just throw Jameis Winston in there. He's getting
They're still
6,000 yards.
and one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. Obviously, and then they signed Michael Dunn. Pretty good deal. I mean,
Yeah,
he's been
2
solid.
re-signs.
And then Zadarius Smith. I
Yeah.
like it. I mean,
Keeping their defense.
you got to keep Zadarius Smith. I mean, he's been huge for them. But now, hot take, but I think this is the team that wins the division.
I think so. I think so too. Now that like they did just trade Deontay Johnson. So
okay, but look, this is the thing, right? Their corners were getting torched quite often, right? They have good corners, they have good guys, but they were getting a little torched. So you bring in Deontay Jackson from the Carolina Panthers, get rid of Deontay. That's gonna hurt a little bit until you get to the draft, because this is one of the deepest wide receiver draft classes I've ever seen. And I think You can get anyone there from Polk to Xavier, anyone, and you're gonna get quality from them. So I don't hate it. Obviously, Deontay Johnson's a great wide receiver. One, I still think he's gonna be amazing, but the corners were looking rough. So I think adding Dante Jackson definitely adds that.
And Deontay Johnson was out half the year, can't stay healthy. Like he had a problem staying healthy.
Yeah, I mean, he only played half the year, but when he did play, he was definitely worth a contract. So I think if you put him on a team like the Panthers, realistically, if he's not healthy, they're same, and if he is healthy, he can add another dimension and another weapon for a young quarterback that struggled last year. So
there was talk like he did he pretty much lost his wide receiver one spot to George Pickens because Pickens.
No,
bro. Pickens played better
when he was playing. He was last year. When he was playing, he was the one, and that's why George Pickens was fucking pissed. So I think this might have been to keep George Pickens happy as well. Because he was talking about fucking George Pickens was sulking basically because he wasn't the one and he wasn't getting targets like Deontay Johnson. But yeah, that's besides the point. I think it's good for both teams that Deontay Johnson is now on the Panthers and Dante Jackson on the Steelers. But
you want to talk about your former? Oh, okay, you want to go Patrick Queen?
I'm gonna go Patrick Queen first.
This is a great sign.
Who was supposed to be a future Seahawk?
L's in the chat. Mike Tomlin was reeling him in 4 years ago, bro. You didn't even have a chance.
I mean, bro, he was supposed to follow McDonald and. He's one of the best linebackers in the league. I'm very upset we couldn't get him. But I mean, it's great. It's great for the Steelers. I mean, this just adds another level to that defense. That's just insane. Now they have really on all three levels a solid guy that's gonna be there no matter what. You have Cam Hayward and TJ on the line. You have the linebacker Patrick Queen there. He's gonna be pressuring everywhere. And then you have Dante Jackson, you have Joey Porter Jr. You got guys, you got dogs.
Yeah, Minkah Fitzpatrick. If
and
he can stay healthy.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, you're really happy with the signing. But the main event,
dude, Russell Wilson, league minimum. Oh, that's crazy. League minimum. Because obviously he's getting paid from fucking Denver, but. Like the fact that the Steelers are able to bring him in on a 1-year prove-it deal for a league minimum,
because think about it, right? Why, unless it was a bidding war, why would they pay the Broncos more? Because they're not paying Russ $1 million. Russ is still getting $39 million. They're paying the Broncos $1 million to have Russ. That's what's happening, right?
And they also he's the only quarterback on the roster right now.
No, Pickett's still there.
Oh yes, that's right. Sorry,
and Mason Rudolph.
No, Mason Rudolph's a free agent. Mason Rudolph's a free agent.
Oh well, still. Anyway, but Russ.
But Pickett,
he's the starter. He's the starter. It's not like they're competing because Russ wouldn't sign for $1 million to compete for a job. He's signing for $1 million to play.
Bro, right? Kenny Pickett threw 6 touchdowns last year. Russell Wilson threw 26. So, it ain't close.
Yes. Russell Wilson, I mean, okay. This, no matter what you say, I've been saying this forever. Russell Wilson played good last year. I don't care what you say.
Oh, I agree.
Russell Wilson played good last year.
He was
26-8. 26-8 is an amazing quarterback season. The MVP had 27-7. So I don't care what you say. Russ is still an elite quarterback. You give him a good O-line, which the Steelers don't have a bad one. No, you give him an amazing defense, they're going to win games. This is a team that won 10 games with dog shit quarterbacks last year. You add a good quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over, this team easy at minimum gets 2 extra wins from that. They're at least, at minimum, a 12-win season next year. I think their ceiling is fucking 14 wins. So I'm not gonna lie, 14 wins is the range, and I think they win the division because look at this team, top to bottom, it's good. You have Najee Harris running the ball. This system is perfect for Russell Wilson. This system is very much like run the ball, play action, deep bomb it. That's literally Russ's game. From the start of his career, he loved to hold on to the ball. He's a very patient pocket passer, and he loves to just extend plays and pass it deep. And that's what you have. You have George Pickens.
He also can scramble if needed too. He's like
he can scramble. I mean, he's a little older, but he can do it, right?
Yeah,
it's not like you have Ben Roethlisberger.
Before Lamar Jackson came around, there was no doubt in anyone's mind that Russell Wilson was the best running quarterback in the league. It wasn't even close. So he's gonna fit very, very well in the Pittsburgh system. He's gonna get Mike Tomlin's not Sean Payton. Sean Payton's got
Mike Tomlin definitely wants Russ there.
Yeah, Sean Payton went to Denver. He was fucking king shit, and Russ didn't like it. So,
because realistically, who have the Steelers lost? Not Deontay. No, no one really, right? So,
and they bring in a guy like Patrick Queen,
and they bring in guys like Patrick Queen and Russ. Why would he get less than 10 wins? Why would he get less than 12 wins? This is easily a 12-win team. This is a great signing. I'm rambling on, but I mean, this is a great signing for the Steelers.
Now, this is the team that we're moving into the AFC South now. This is the team that you thought would be probably the biggest hitters in
have been very good so far.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
In my opinion. I mean, you're going to so this was my argument. You're going to a very young team. You have a state where it's no income tax, so you're making literally everything. Why wouldn't you go out and sign people, right? And instead, they're trading. But I don't hate it. I mean,
they bring in Joe Mixon.
Some people say, he's old, he's not the same, running back he once was. I don't want to hear that. This guy's a bona fide 1,000-yard runner every year. I don't care what you say. If he's healthy, he's top 12. He's definitely better than Devin Singletary, and look what Devin Singletary did last year. So This O-line's good. This team's good. They know how to run the ball, and Joe Mixon is going to be great for them. I really love this. I thought they were going to go for someone like Derrick Henry or Saquon, but I mean, I didn't know Joe Mixon was available. So yeah, can't really argue with that.
They go out and they re-sign their tight end Dalton Schultz to a 3-year, $36 million deal. This is a very good deal for Dalton Schultz.
I mean, yeah.
Hella underrated for both. Every year, man. He's definitely top 10 tight end every year. Hella underrated.
Yeah,
very good deal.
I mean, yeah, he's good. I mean, they lock him in. He was a little injured last year, but I think this year he bounces back and comes back to where he was with the Cowboys. So yeah. And then Denico Autry signing a 2-year, $20 million deal. I like it. Not much to really say. But the next guy, Danielle Hunter. I mean, 2-year, $51 million, 2-year, $49 million, max value of $51, $48 million guaranteed. So, he's locked in basically.
They spent that money.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about when I said they have money and they have the pull to get players in. I mean, Danielle Hunter is a great edge player. Was great for the Vikings, and he's going to be great for the Texans. I mean, this is just adding another level to this already good defense, and yeah, not much to really say about it other than it's amazing. So, yeah, and then you have Azeez Al-Shaair.
Just boosting up.
I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, it's another good signing. I mean, you have Mike Ford, minimum, basically. Lonnie Johnson, Desmond King, a lot of corners. And now this is a really good signing, in my opinion. Jeff Okudah. Really good
cheap
corner.
deal too.
Yeah, 1 year, kind of like a prove it deal, but he's already proved it that he's good enough. So, he'll probably sign an extension. I'm thinking, but yeah, I mean, it's good. I like it. And then safety Eric Murray re-signed, and then re-signed Kaimi Fairbairn. Don't hate it. Wasn't bad last year. I think he was a little bit injured. But yeah.
So Michael Pittman
No.
for the Colts gets a max.
They did get a deal done.
Yep.
I was talking about this. I mean, this makes sense, right? This was gonna happen. They literally just franchise tagged him to get that deal done. They just need a little extra time. This is what T. Higgins was hoping for him. And they're very similar players. So, yeah, I mean, 46 million guaranteed max value, of 71.5 mil. Really good. I mean, not much you can say about it. This is like the heart and soul of their defense, or I mean, their offense. And yeah, you had to keep them around. So.
And then re-sign a little bit 1 year re-signs Tyquan Smith on a free agent deal.
Tyquan
Doesn't even
Lewis.
say the year.
Tyquan Lewis.
Grover Stewart, Zaire Franklin, Kenny Moore, Rigoberto
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Highest paid nickel. Kenny Moore. I like it. I mean, you're keeping them around. There's still a lot of good guys. But yeah, this is, and Zaire Franklin, obviously a really good linebacker. But yeah, you gotta keep guys around. Keep these guys around, obviously, and then Rigoberto Sanchez. He's
He's a
pretty good
punter.
last year. No Pat McAfee, but punters are gonna matter with the new punting rules, but which we didn't talk about last week. But yeah, hopefully he's good in the punting rules inside the 20. All right.
Big old
Now the
Mac
Jets.
Jones, baby. Big old Mac Jones.
Tom
Gonna be
Brady
the starter.
reincarnated.
Trevor Lawrence, it's over, but no, I'm just playing.
I mean, shit, I'd love to see Mac Jones win over that starting job. Like
Yeah.
I said, I think I said this last week, Mac Jones, I feel like, still has a very real possibility of becoming a starter in the right situation.
Just why the Jaguars, dude? Like, why couldn't he sign with a team?
I mean, he did.
like, why
No,
couldn't
he got
go to
traded.
No, yeah, sorry, but still, like, why couldn't he go to like
The Raiders.
Patriots?
If Mac Jones
I'm sorry,
is on
not
the
the Patriots.
Raiders, are you
like,
slow?
Sorry, no, I know that's where he came from. Sorry, like the Jets, like a team with
No,
like
with the Jets. The
Bro,
Jets, dude.
Aaron Rodgers is like
No.
39, bro.
Okay,
Like,
but if Mac Jones went to the Steelers too before Russ, but Russ was like the first ever happened. If Mac Jones is on the Raiders, he is a 40 touchdown passer, bruh.
yeah, like a team
But
that is or the Vikings, a team that could use someone that's, they have other options, but he's the main guy with weapons, not with like fucking like Demario Douglas, like fucking teams that have actual receivers. Like, imagine Mac Jones throwing the Jay Jettas. I think he'd have a fucking another Pro Bowl year. Like,
yeah, I mean, people forget this guy was a Pro Bowler in his rookie year. He was good, right? But I mean, who knows? I mean, Trevor Lawrence was pretty banged up for a while last year, and it felt like they kind of rushed him back. Now, I don't think they would have to. I mean, look at the weapons they have. Look at now. So we'll go down. Gabe Davis. I mean, they signed Gabe Davis for 3 years, $39 million. They also have Christian Kirk and those guys. I saw a funny thing that said now they have 4 wide receiver 2s.
yeah, Zay Jones is good too.
It's working out. I mean, yeah, it's working for them. I think any quarterback put in this situation is going to be good enough to make a playoff appearance. Now they are in the hardest division, in my opinion, or one of the hardest divisions. But
I don't, not anymore, bro. I think that, that fucking AFC North is dangerous, bro.
Yeah, AFC North is dangerous, but yeah, they're in one of the harder divisions. But yeah, I mean, then you have Dearness Johnson had a really good a few games with the Browns and then just re-signing. You know, solid third string, I guess. Then you had Blake Hens sign an extension. Ezra Cleveland, pretty good guard. Mitch Morse from the Bills. I really like Mitch Morse. I think he's a good center. And then obviously Josh Allen got franchise tagged.
Josh,
and then Darnell Savage.
They got to get a deal with Josh Allen, man. They got to get something done because he's the only thing holding that defense.
He's going to be the highest paid fucking edge in the league.
Well,
but
now the Titans go and sign Tony Pollard for a 3-year, $25
I mean, okay,
contract. Bro, what is this? This is just fucking.
No, because think about it.
They
signed Tony Pollard, right?
They just got him his bag.
Well, okay. So Tony Pollard signs with the Titans. Clear one, right? So clear guy here. They sign Lloyd Cushenberry 4-year, good center. I feel like he's, Kenneth Murray, linebacker, Awuzie, very solid corner. And then Morgan Cox. But I think the Titans are underrated. I mean, they could come out if they think about it. Look at the quarterbacks in the draft. If they come out and they draft one like J.J. McCarthy, or even Penix, they can very well come out and make this team a winning team. They still have DeAndre Hopkins. They still have Treylon Burks, who was supposed to be the next A.J. Brown. Now they have Tony Pollard. It's still a solid constructed team. You just really need a quarterback to really see what your weaknesses are. Because I don't think Will Levis is going to be their starter.
A lot of people are saying they're sticking with him. They're believing him.
Go out and draft, or don't even go out and draft. Go out and sign Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
you're going to see who's good and who's not.
Zach Wilson. There's still a lot of quarterbacks on the market.
Well, I wouldn't take Zach Wilson over.
Justin Fields is probably still available.
Who would they trade for? That's the thing. But yeah, I mean, the defense is a big issue, so I mean, they got a Woozy, which is pretty good, and Kenneth Murray, not awful, but yeah. This team is just bad, but they have talent, so we'll see what they can do with it.
You want to talk about a bad team? Let's go to the fucking Denver Broncos here.
Oh my goodness,
shit, man! Wow.
So every signing here is literally.
They're mid. They're mid signings. And they're blowing it up.
So fullback Michael Burton re-signed. I mean, Jason McCourty announced this, which was interesting. But yeah, so
I think
nothing really to talk about there.
They're going to be the worst.
Last time they very well might be, depending on who the quarterback is. Malcolm Roach.
They don't have one yet.
All right. Brandon Jones. I know, that's what I'm saying. It depends. I mean, what I hear is that they like Stidham for some fucking reason.
Oh, bro, what?
Shit, but, Brandon Jones, PJ Locke, and then Will Lutz, probably the best player on the Broncos, other than Courtland Sutton. Actually, that's a lie. He's probably top 5 though, which is sad.
What? Your kicker's your best player?
I mean, that's the case for the Ravens.
No. Not really, bro.
Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. Irv Smith signing a 1-year deal. Congrats to Irv Smith. You got a free championship. Chris Jones. You're fucking rich now. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Drew Tranquil. Congratulations. You're re-signing and probably winning another chip. Now, L'Jarius Sneed. You receive the non-exclusive franchise tag. You're probably winning another chip. Matt Ariza beat the allegations and signed a deal. You're getting your tip. Congratulations. All right, now the Raiders.
The Raiders.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk about the Chiefs, bro. We know they're going to be fucking good. Do we really need to talk about them fucking paying everyone somehow? Okay.
They go out they're the big winners in the Christian Wilkins sweepstakes. 4-year, $110 million contract.
Oh my gosh, this defense is going to be nasty, dude.
That's gonna be him and Max Crosby on the line.
Max Crosby and Wilkins on the line attacking you every day. This is going to be a long day. Gardner Minshew, good quarterback. Pro Bowl quarterback. You don't hate it.
I knew he was going to get a starter job somewhere. He played too good in Indianapolis not to receive a deal to be the starter somewhere. So the fact that he goes to the Raiders, remember they are still paying Jimmy G, or they bought him out, so now they're going to have dead cap.
Well, is he still on the roster technically?
I don't know, but I think they were planning.
I think he might be. I don't know. It doesn't matter, bro. Jimmy G might be in the UFL next year. I'm not even that's
Jimmy G's
true. That's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. He might be playing for the European Football League next year.
Yo, he was.
And then Amir Abdullah re-signed. Fuck, dude. The offense is gonna be so ass running the ball.
Bro, Devontae Adams,
Andre James
requested trade by like 7 games into the season.
So Devontae Adams might go for 3,000 yards because that's the only person that Gardner Minshew was gonna see. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about the Raiders. Their defense is going to be amazing, but their offense, you need to get a running back. Maybe draft Corum. I don't know what picks the Raiders have, but I mean, actually, that is a lie. I know they have the 13th pick. So if you draft Corum with the 13th pick, you're officially stupid.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, dude. I mean. All right, Chargers.
They just go and replace fucking Eckler with Gus Edwards, $2 million, 2 year, $6.5 million deal.
Gus Edwards will be the backup to someone, probably Blake Corum. I've been pushing for Blake Corum.
I thought they were gonna go and get Brock Bowers.
No, yes, they are. But. Listen, okay, so Gus Edwards will be the backup for Blake Corum, but Blake Corum will be going in like the second round, so they will still be having Brock Bowers in the 5th pick. Unless if they're releasing Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, maybe they'll try and finesse Marvin Harrison Jr. Crazy. That might be
it's possible.
Holy shit! Did I just think of something?
Yeah, maybe. But they could also go and
hold up. Wait a minute. Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen with Marvin Harrison Jr. is literally a dynasty. That's a dynasty. If you don't do that, oh my god. I'm hoping they do that. And then they'll draft Blake Corum and he'll get fucking 36 touchdowns because they're going to fall short on the 1 yard line every time. But anyway. Gus Edwards, not a bad signing. I like him as a backup. He's a good goal line back. Will Dissly, fuck out of here. He's probably he's average. I'm not gonna lie. He played for us. We played for the Seahawks for a long time. And it was very mid. But maybe it'll be good. And then Alohi Gilman. Don't know who you are, but shout out to you.
Do we just skip over the Cowboys because they haven't done shit? They haven't done.
Shout out to Trent Sieg. I think that's how you say your name, but yeah, Cowboys.
So they got to go and replace Pollard, bro. Like, what are they gonna like? What's happening?
Maybe they'll draft Blake Corum.
Yeah, fuck. They got to do something.
Last fucking 4 teams are drafting Blake Corum. Yeah. I mean, there's still guys out there, right? So, they'll get someone, but. Yeah.
The Giants here. So the
Giants.
Out of every team in free agency.
What? I didn't even know that.
What? You didn't know about Drew Lock?
Oh, dude, Drew Lock. Hey. Shout out to the Giants for giving Drew Lock a contract because he's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. If Drew Lock was on the Broncos, he'd be the QB1 right now.
He's gonna win over that. Yeah, he's gonna win the starting job, bro. Like Daniel Jones is not.
No, bro. Imagine if Drew Lock on a 1 year $5 million contract with literally 4.95 of that being guaranteed, winning the starting job of a $40 million. Oh my god, dude! The Giants should relocate. Honestly, send them to Mexico City.
What is
Mexico City Giants?
They spent the
Anyway.
most money out of any team this free
But
agency.
they did make some moves that I don't hate. They replaced Saquon with Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary, a good running back. Not when you're trying to replace Saquon. With a shitty O line. Isaiah McKenzie, don't hate it. Still not a good wide receiver in my opinion. But and then Jermaine Eluemunor. Eluemunor. Shout out to you. I think I said your name wrong, but yeah. John Bunyan's signing a free
Nice.
agent deal.
Pause.
Shout out to you.
Pause. Pause.
Hey yo,
You just said
yo.
Bunions, bro.
Bro, that's his name, bro. Okay, Edge, Brian Burns. Wait, did I not call them trading Brian Burns or Brian Burns being on another team despite the franchise tag?
You might have. Possible.
Shout out to Brian Burns. He got
the-
fucking paid.
Yeah, dude.
Literally
this
got
is a
paid the fuck up, and he
massive
deserves
contract.
it. And he deserves it. I was saying how Brian Burns is easily one of the best edges in the edges.
Yo, chill. Chill out, bro. Chill.
I was saying he's one of the best
Relax,
edge
dude.
players. I was saying he's one of the best defensive edges in the game. And yeah, he deserves all that $150 million contract. Now, Philadelphia Eagles, they're trying so hard to make Jason come out of retirement and Fletcher Cox. I swear.
He's about to bring them both back.
Yeah, Saquon. I mean, what do you say? Great. Literally about to go for 2,000 yards.
signing.
Okay, so it's the Giants.
I guess.
Blame Saquon.
Bro, did you see
They
that
paid They paid Daniel Jones $40 million. But
Did you
wouldn't
see
give
that whole thing?
Saquon.
Bro, Tiki was like, yo, you're dead
Bro,
to me,
Tiki Barber literally sat out a year because he wanted to prove his worth to the Giants, and that was the year they won the championship. I don't want any opinions from Tiki Barber. I'm not gonna lie. You fucking suck, my guy. Okay. Albert Ekwebunam. Shout out to you, buddy. Landon Dickerson.
This is a
Landon
good deal for
Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson.
I like it. I mean, you lost Jason Kelsey. You better sign back Landon Dickerson, buddy. Or you better sign Landon Dickerson, buddy. Okay.
There's a reason.
Another edge, Brandon Graham. Great. I mean, 1 year deal. Probably gonna retire. I'm not gonna lie. Now this, I
Bryce
really
Huff.
love this stuff. One of the best edges in the game. Another one. Very, very underrated. You can't, say otherwise. I mean, if you say he's bad, I'm gonna disagree with you because that's just not true. He had like 10 sacks last year. So shout out to Bryce. Julian Aquara, good
Shout out to you,
linebacker.
bro.
TJ GJ comes back after saying the fans are the worst part of Philadelphia. They fucking suck. He comes back after being on a shitty ass Lions team where he couldn't guard fuck all. So yeah. Shout out to you, my guy. And then Rick Lovato, Demi Lovato's dad, agreed to terms on a 2-year extension. Shout out to you.
What?
Braden Mann, Trey Mann's brother? I don't know. Punter. Shout out to you. Hopefully you can kick it within the 20, because if not, you're being sent to the UFL or the EFL, buddy. European Football League. Get ready. All right. Now,
So-
the Commanders. They did a
Yo,
lot.
what are they doing though? They're signing like everybody that's like pricking
What?
like on their downhill in their career, and they're like, "Yep,
I
we're gonna sign him.
disagree.
We're gonna sign
I
him."
disagree. Respectfully, I disagree. Marcus Mariota. Future Hall of Famer. Sorry. Apologize.
Yo, my bad. Titans.
Yeah, Titans legend, future Hall of Famer, Netflix actor, Marcus Mariota.
Actor.
Was it on Netflix? I don't know. I didn't watch it. It was fucking shit.
Yeah, it was. Yo, it wasn't bad, bro. Don't be hating on Patrick Mahomes and Kirk Cousins like that. They fucking
No. I skipped over Marcus Mariota's parts. I watched the other two. I didn't give a fuck about what Marcus Mariota had to say. But shout out to you. You're on a team now. Austin Eckler. How do you feel about this? You had him in fantasy last year.
I don't like this. Not for
you drafted
Eckler.
him with what, the 4th pick?
Yeah, that was a bad pick by me, not gonna lie. I was able to pick up Mostert though in free agency, which isn't bad, but I don't like this, not because I don't like Eckler, but because I like Brian Robinson Jr. a lot. And the fact
he's a backup now, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no way Austin Eckler starts over Brian, right? Or maybe he starts and Brian Robinson is like a mentee kind of thing. But
Brian Robinson had a fucking great year last year. Like he balled out. So I think this is gonna be a bad deal.
I mean, okay, so this is, in my opinion, this is more like a prove it deal. If Austin Eckler can do good, he's gonna be on a good team again, right? But I mean, yeah, okay.
Maybe he plays more like a receiver because they have none. So, actually they've got a decent.
Don't disrespect Terry McLaurin like that, dude.
Bro, Terry McLaurin on any other team is a wide receiver too, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree, but and they're trying to say he's better than DK Metcalf. Shut the fuck up.
No,
all right,
bro.
Zach Ertz was really good for the Eagles. Now kind of a journeyman.
Bro, I don't even know if Terry McLaurin's better than Tyler Lockett, bro. Like what?
They're very similar. I'm not gonna lie, but probably not.
He's
Zach Ertz,
fuck, in my opinion, but
I like it. Nick Allegretti, I like this deal. I'm not gonna lie. Tyler
Colin Farrell. Oh, I'm just playing.
Dorrance Armstrong, shout out to you. Cecil Parrott, shout out to you, buddy. Clellan, shout out to you. I'm sure you're, up there. You're an NFL player. You're on a list.
You've made it, buddy. You've made it. You're an NFL player.
And then this. I mean, Frankie Louvu. Whatever. It's up for debate. He's a GOAT! This is great. This is an amazing. He's a dog! I love this guy. I mean, Frankie Louvu. Frankie. Why would you sign with the Commanders, though? But I ain't gonna hate. You got your bag. You got $36 million. This is a great signing. Along with Jeremy Chin. I think Jeremy Chin's still a great safety. But yeah. And then obviously Brady McManus. And Tyler Ott. Tyler Ott has caught a lot of touchdowns for me in Madden. So shout out to you. One of the winners of the offseason so far, I think.
The Bears?
The Chicago Bears. I mean, they started it off really good. I mean, Jalen Johnson re-signed. Amazing corner. One of the best corners in the league, obviously. Shout out to Jalen Johnson. He's in my pop culture class. DeAndre Swift, solid running back, was a 1,000-yard runner. I think. I mean, it's a lot better than the other running backs they've had recently. And then Ryan Bates, I like it. They traded for him, so they're making moves.
What about Gerald
Everett? I like Gerald Everett as a second to Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett in a tight end attack, it's gonna be overpowered. So yeah, signing a 2-year deal. I like it. I mean, I really like it. Obviously, we talked about Jalen Johnson, how his impact is amazing. And then Kevin Byard, another big thing. I think he bounces back to where he used to be. Obviously, he was really good with the Titans, and then it was kind of been floating around for a couple of years. But yeah, I think Kevin Byard is going to bounce back for the Bears. And then Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens,
Simone,
to
yeah,
2-year
that's all.
deals.
That's all he's known as.
Um,
Simone Biles' husband. Simone
Yeah, I
Biles'
mean,
husband.
Jonathan Biles is a great husband, I'm sure, but
Jonathan
he'll be a good like second or third string behind Kevin Byard and stuff. And then Patrick Scales. Shout out to you, buddy. All right. Detroit Lions, the team that has one of the most salary cap, like one of the most room to spend money. They have so much money. And they agree to Graham Glasgow. I like that, right? That's a good signing. But other than that, I mean, Marcus Davenport is not bad. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, it's all right. I mean, there's other guys that you probably could have gotten. And then they traded for Carlton Davis, who I don't think is that good. But, I mean, I know some Lions fans that are, I mean, they're biased, but they say they love it. I mean, Emmanuel Mosley, I like Emmanuel Mosley better than Carlton Davis, so Amik Robertson and Michael Badgley. I mean, they're all good. Yeah, I mean, they need to fix their corners, especially losing CJ. So get on that because I don't think Carlton Davis or Emmanuel Mosley or Amik Robinson are good enough to fill the shoes of CJ. But now onto your team.
Yo, I've got some mixed feelings though. Not gonna lie. So we go.
We go and we get
go
one
ahead.
of the. I'll let you take the reins for this one.
We go and we get one of the best running backs of this free agency class. One of the best running backs in this free agency class.
Bestie.
But we overpay the fuck out of him, bro.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Bro, 4 years is too long.
No, you don't.
4 years is too long.
Bro, you realize he's 24, right?
Yeah, I know, but 4 years is way too fucking long, bro.
No, it's not, dude.
Should have been a 2-year deal. Just saying.
No, what? You're dumb. Okay. Next.
Everything else was re-signed. Xavier McKinney, I like this signing a lot. 4-year deal.
So you like Xavier McKinney worth $68 million and $25 million on a 4-year deal, but you don't like $48 million for Josh Jacobs, the best running back in the league?
Bro, he is not the best running back in the league, bro. What are you smoking?
Maybe not last year. 2 years ago he was.
He's got to be better than he was last year, and then we'll see. But I do like him better than Aaron Jones, so I'll take.
Okay. Since you're biased, let me take the reins because you're fucking stupid. Josh Jacobs is the best signing, the best thing that could happen to the Packers since Aaron Rodgers. Josh Jacobs is by far the best player on this team. And he's really good. I mean, they had the
Jordan
best.
Love like that.
Don't say Jordan Love is better than Josh Jacobs ever in your life because it's not. It's not true.
No, I know. I'm just playing.
So you're mad. Ethan's mad that they signed him for 4 years, $48 million. But and he said he would want them on a 2-year deal. But Ethan doesn't realize that Josh Jacobs is like 23, 24 years old, and if he signed him to a 2-year deal, he would be walking away in his prime. Josh Jacobs, definitely a lot better than Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. He's the best parts of AJ Dillon's power running, and he's the best parts of Aaron Jones' whole game. So, yeah, I'd like to see Josh Jacobs be used a lot in the passing game. And yeah, I mean, it's a really good signing.
Definitely an upgrade.
And breaking news! The Chargers are releasing Mike Williams.
Bro, what?
Mike Williams getting released.
Where do you see that, bro?
I have inside sources, bro.
He's got his.
I see. I said speak for yourself when you said we're not insiders. I can be an insider. So yeah, Michael Williams is being released. Now he's on the market. Maybe, you know,
I see it.
There's a lot of teams that could use a wide receiver. Yeah, I mean,
but we talked about this. But we talked about this before we started the podcast. There was the 4 guys that we thought were going to be released: Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen. I was like, bro, it's either going to be Mike Williams or Khalil Mack. because like they're
Yeah,
older.
age and injury.
Yeah,
Well,
they've Khalil Mack had a
injury for
fucking crazy year though, so I was like, I
yeah.
don't know. Probably gonna be Mike Williams.
But
So.
yeah, that's interesting. That's a big name that just popped up on the market now. Obviously, well, at 4. So yeah, sorry that interrupted it because I just got that text and it was crazy. Tyler Davis, not good. Sorry about it. Harry Valentine kind of got cooked all year, but okay. Keyshawn Nixon, very good returner. And like Xavier McKinney, y'all lost both of your safeties. I really like this deal. He's probably one of the best safeties in the league. But yeah, Josh Jacobs, you had to sign him to 4 years, and I'd like to see them use him more in the in the pass game because he's a lot better than Aaron Jones was in the pass game, and if they use him as much as they used Aaron Jones, it could be very good for them. But yeah, overall, Packers did really good this offseason, I think.
We did better, and we made the playoffs last year with fucking a broken leg, freaking Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, and
Aaron Jones was going crazy near
in a mid-ass receiver core, so
yeah, which hasn't changed. Maybe I'll get Mike Williams.
We're young though. We're young. Jaden Reed's young. Romeo Doubs is young. We're all young. We don't even have a set wide receiver 1, 2, and 3. It's just Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Jaden Reed. It flops around.
Reed was last year for sure, but
like based off
ESPN
Dobbs. Based off ESPN depth chart at the start of the year, it was Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Jaden Reed.
Well, yeah, but that's because Christian Watson looked like prime fucking Julio Jones at the end of his rookie year, and then he turned into prime Treylon Burks last year. So,
I think Jaden Reed's gonna be hella good, but the Vikings.
Moving on, the Vikings, really good offseason for the Vikings so far. Obviously, they struggled a little bit, but I think they're picking it back up. Darnold obviously replacing Kirk Cousins. We'll talk about later.
Bro,
we're not going to get into that because
there ain't no way he starts, bro. That's crazy. They got to go and get Justin Fields or something because there ain't no way he starts.
Okay, well, they won't trade in division. If they are, they're dumb. But anyway, Sam Darnold, the best arm to grace the 49ers team of all time. Signs with the Vikings. Honestly, I don't hate it just because if you put the ball anywhere in the vicinity of Justin Jefferson's eyesight, it will be caught. So honestly, I don't think they're really worried about Sam Darnold being their starter. If he is, whatever. If he isn't, great. I'm like, it really doesn't matter. Running back Aaron Jones, literally the best running back since Dalvin Cook to play for the Vikings. He can stay healthy. He's 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard rusher, and like a 500-yard receiver. So,
and look at that deal.
1 year,
$7 million.
kind of prove it deal. Kind of like a prove it deal.
That is such a
good deal.
Aaron Jones.
No, it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of overpaid, but
bro, what? You're smoking,
bro. Because you're telling me it's good value for Aaron Jones at $7 million.
Yeah,
but Derrick Henry got $8 million and Josh Jacobs got 12.
Yeah, for 1 year. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Because it's a prove it deal. He hasn't been healthy in fucking 3 years.
So if he stays healthy and he plays hella good, then I'll hold it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know he can because he played.
But that's not my argument. But that's not my argument. My argument is that this is a prove it deal. So if he stays healthy and plays good, yes, he'll be making like maybe $11 million. But this is a 30-year-old running back that has injury problems. So he's not going to get paid more than $8 million, especially coming off injuries. So
Brandon Powell,
not bad. I mean, he had like a game where he was good. Donnie Munt, I don't hate it. David Quessenberry, like it.
Jonathan Greenard, baby.
Jonathan Greenard, 4 year, $76 million. I love it. I mean, this is a great signing for them. I love it because he's away from my team. But yeah, it's amazing. And Ginkle, I like this too. I mean, solid signings, like all around solid signings. Yeah, Blake Cashman bringing in the cash, 25 million 3-year contract, like it. And then John Parker Romo. Congratulations, bro. Now,
Kirky,
the
baby.
Atlanta Falcons.
Kirky,
The
baby.
biggest signing of the offseason, Darnell Mooney signing a 3-year, $39 million contract, $26 million fully guaranteed. This just adds another weapon for this amazing quarterback. The biggest signing, Kirk Cousins. $180 million, 4 years.
Bro, that
makes
is
sense.
crazy though.
I mean, this is what the quarterback market is. Ever since Deshaun Watson, this is what getting paid. $100 million guaranteed. Yeah, the Vikings weren't going to keep him. But yeah, I mean, like Kirk Cousins, Kyle Pitts,
Drake London,
Bijan Robinson, Darnell Mooney now is a third string. I like it. I mean, I like it.
And they've got a good O-line, not a bad defense at all.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a good O-line, but it's a it's solid.
It's pretty good.
Solid enough. They lost Jeff Okudah, which kind of sucks for their secondary, but they still have Jesse Bates and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. And then Liam McCullough. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, whoever you are.
Now the Panthers, they made a lot of moves. Starting with paying Robert Hunt 5 years, $100 million. Made me choke.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. They're giving him his
bag. Hey, they're trying to protect Bryce Young, and I respect it. But yeah, I mean, shout out to you, Damian Lewis. They got they're paying they're paying them, man. They're paying their offensive line. Obviously that was their biggest struggle last year was the offensive line. And then they got Deontay Johnson with the offensive line improved and maybe Bryce Young having a little more time. Deontay Johnson can run deep routes for him, and hopefully it works out. And then on the defensive side, A'Shawn Robinson, Joey Jewell, not bad, I think. Or sorry, Josie Jewell, not bad. I don't hate it. And then Troy Hill, and JJ Jansen, sorry. Not bad. I mean, overall, Panthers they're the Panthers, right? I don't think they'll have the first pick, but they'll we'll see what this O-line can do for Bryce Young. Now the Saints, a team I am high on, but
I'm not so much.
You are not. They get Demario Davis, who I think is a very solid linebacker. They like to run that 2 linebacker set. And adding Willie Gay Jr. as well is amazing. So I think Willie Gay Jr. and Demario Davis as linebacker core is really good because look at their defense now. And re-signing Tyrann Mathieu, now they've only done the what's it called? They've only done defensive signings so far, but I mean, can you blame them? I mean, Demario Davis and Willie Gay as their 2 linebackers, and then they have Tyrann Mathieu, and then they have Cameron Jordan. Like, you can't, like, this is a good team. I like it. And if the offense can keep up, if Derek Carr can stay healthy, or maybe they'll go, I don't know. I mean, on the Instagram Live, I heard Jaden Daniels is apparently going to the Saints, but that was just some murmurs in the background.
Damn.
I don't think he falls that far, but I mean, who knows?
But maybe they get a guy like JJ McCarthy.
No.
Even Bo Nix.
No. If the Saints draft Bo Nix, no, absolutely not. Okay, now the Buccaneers.
It could happen. Mark my words. The Saints draft Bo Nix. No, I'm playing. No, but. If it actually happens, I'm taking cred.
No, you're not.
I'm calling for it.
If they draft a quarterback, I will get on this podcast and
leak your address.
No, I'm not gonna leak. I'll get on this podcast and I'll praise you. Okay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers obviously re-signing Baker to a 3-year, $100 million. Get that bag, Baker.
Atta boy, Baker.
We've been talking highly on Baker. For obvious reasons, I think this is the right fit, and yeah,
deserved, bro. He busted his asses.
Re-signed Mike Evans as well. Nice deal. I mean, 2 years, $52 million. Pretty good. I would have liked to see Mike Evans on a different team, but obviously Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield have a connection, so I like it. And then Greg Gaines, pretty good. Levante David, old but solid enough. Anthony Field got franchise tagged, and then they also signed Chase McLaughlin, who was pretty good, actually really good last year for them. So, yeah. Now, I don't know how this worked out. That my team's division was last, but it did. So the Cardinals, another in-division signing. DJ Dallas from the Seahawks signs with the Cardinals. You can have him. Did fuck all for us. You can have him. I mean, yeah. Really, the Cardinals' focus was more for offensive line, I think, and that's what they got with Keith Ismail, re-signing him. Also re-signing Tristan Colon. Justin Jones on the D line.
Yeah, they need to protect Kyler Murray, prevent him from tearing his ACL.
They tried to re-sign everyone they could. So but this is the biggest signing they have. Sean Murphy Bunting. I like it. For the Cardinals, I mean, good. Honestly, just good. I mean, was good for the Bucks, and he'll be pretty good. He might get torched by DK and stuff, so I'm happy. But yeah. And now the Rams. Rams don't have cap space, right? They've been like they went all in on Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford and all that, so those guys are getting paid. They don't have enough space to really go crazy, but yeah. Robinson re-signed 1 year, whatever, not huge. Another in-division signing, Colby Parkinson from the Seahawks, signed 3 years, $22.5 million. I don't blame him. I mean, get paid. You have $15.5 million guaranteed. At all. He's pretty good. Not a starter, not a tight end one, but someone that can block and stuff. So, and then guards, Kevin Dotson resigning, Jonah Jackson signed a 3 year, $51 million, and a corner, Darius Williams, signing. Now, corner was their biggest issue, but they didn't address that much, which I'm surprised. But I guess they want to protect their guys and stuff. So not a lot of money to spend really on corners. So
the 49ers, they keep their backup QB Brandon Allen, Colton McKivitz, 1 year deal. Shout out to you, bro. And they go and they get
Leonard Floyd.
I
like it.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
One of the better guys on the edge. Pretty good. I mean, they lost a lot of the 49ers lost a lot of people, which as a Seahawks fan, I'm very happy about. But yeah, Leonard Floyd is a good pickup. And then they have Yetur Gross Matos. Shout out to you, bro. Dollars. Tackle Jordan Elliott. Shout out to you. $1 million 2 year deal, whatever, defensive tackle. And then to you, bro. And
the Seahawks, bro.
The Seahawks.
Yo,
yeah,
they didn't
do much.
No, but they definitely solidified that it's Legion of Boom Part 2. Like it's Legion of Boom Part 2. That's what the whole point is.
Man. Yeah, they didn't fucking sign shit. They re-signed No Fant, which is good. Obviously, they lost the other two tight ends. And then Leonard Williams. I loved Leonard Williams. So I'm happy he's staying. I was really happy that they announced that. But one thing I was very disappointed with is Jordan Brooks leaving, and the fact that like Queen didn't sign. I mean, that was like we were in the running the whole time, and I thought Patrick Queen wanted to follow McDonald and stuff, but it didn't work out. Unfortunately, he went to the Steelers. Maybe he thought was still on the Seahawks, and since he went to the Steelers, he wanted to follow Russ. And that was just like a little bit of a mistake there, but I don't know. Maybe it was a miscommunication. Fuck you, Patrick Queen.
Yo, chill. Rude. Disrespectful.
Who would you say? What are your overall thoughts? Like, who are your winners and losers of the offseason so far?
So I'm gonna go 2 winners here, and I'm gonna go 2 losers here. Okay, and
2 winners and 2 losers. Okay.
yes. So this winner here it's clear cut. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, they went out. They got Russell Wilson. They went out. They got Patrick Queen. They went and solidified themselves from being even 500, a good team, even with Kenny Pickett as your starting quarterback, and then they go and they bring in 10-7, whatever. They're above 500, bro. Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the league, and they're able to bring in stars to make their team probably like top of the division. Everyone last year was like, yo, the Steelers, they're probably going to be bottom of the division. They're going to be bottom of the AFC North. They're not going to be able to top the Browns. They're not going to be able to top the Bengals. And then they go and they bring out guys like this. Now, I think they're a better team than the Bengals now. And I think they're,
I think they're a better team than the Ravens.
That's
I think
close,
they win the division.
I don't know. With the Ravens, with Derrick Henry now, that's
well, we'll see.
Yeah. That
okay, and who's your second?
My second
winner.
My second winner here is well, can I go to my loser first? I'm gonna go to
you have one winner then.
Oh no, I got a second winner, and it's the Eagles. They get Saquon,
really?
Which I know is not, they let DeAndre Swift, but Saquon's like miles ahead of DeAndre Swift. Obviously, they lose Jason Kelce. They are able to bring back Landon Dickerson. They still have young players, Jalen Carter. They just got, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to help out their corners.
Chauncey
Gardner-Johnson.
What? Why?
That's his name, bro.
Yeah, but why are you saying his full government? Bro, it's CJGJ.
CJGJ. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
bro's doing his full social security number and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to get everything on this guy. Yeah, so I'm going to pick the Eagles as my second winner. Now, my first loser here is the New York Giants, and they were going to be losers.
Really?
Before. Yes. Why? Because they spent so much. Not because they have.
Spent it on good players.
Yes, Brian Burns deserves that bag, but the fact that they're not doing something about the Daniel Jones situation is a loser in my opinion. Yeah, they get Drew Lock.
What can they do? Really?
Bro, release his ass. I don't know. Fucking.
Bro, that would be a Russell Wilson situation all over again.
Yeah,
at least he's like he has the ability to play. And
they're a
to
loser.
Release him.
And another loser here is the Vikings, bro. Actually, but then the Vikings did all right. The Vikings did all right. So, like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
A loser?
I'm going to say the Chiefs are losers so far because they haven't improved the receiver core yet. But if they go out and they get Calvin Ridley, or they go out and they get Mike Williams.
They're going to go out and get Mike Williams. Fuck that, bro.
If they go out and they get Mike Williams, then they're going to be fucking.
So, okay.
That's going to be crazy. But the Chiefs, they haven't done nothing yet. They signed Chris Jones. That's about
nothing.
it.
They signed. And they got Snead still.
Yeah, they put him on a franchise tag, but he's not even.
And they got Drew Tranquill. Drew Tranquill's good. And they got Matt to beat the allegations. Shout out to you, bro.
Matt. All right, who's your losers here and your winners and losers?
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my winners. I agree with you that the Steelers are a winner in this. They got a lot. They're reloading. They got they didn't get a lot of people, but they got a lot of value. Like all their deals were solid. They got Dante Jackson, Patrick Queen, and Russell Wilson, right? So they're clearly a winner in my eyes. Now it was close. I was gonna say the Cleveland Browns were also a winner, but I'm not actually gonna say they were a winner because I have another team that I think that is one of the biggest winners. And is the
Yeah.
I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm a Seahawks fan. I hate the Green Bay Packers. But when you can go out and get a top 3, top 5 running back every year, do it, right? Their run game struggled last year and they lost a lot of games because of it. So if they they did lose Bakhtiari, which sucks, but when you can go get an outside runner and a pass catching running back like Josh Jacobs all in one, like you had to split field, you had to split Aaron Jones and Dylan's carries because they couldn't do that, both of them. Now you have a guy that can do both of that. So I really agree with that. And yes, you lost like your 2 safeties. You lost Jonathan Owens, and you lost Darnell Sack, but you got Xavier McKinney, who's one of the best DBs, safeties in the league. So I think they're winners in my eyes. But the thing that I think they should do is sign a receiver. I think Hollywood Brown would be a perfect fit for you guys. But your receivers are young enough to where they may develop into a star. But yes, that I think the Green Bay Packers are winners, and I'm a Seahawks fan, so
I think we've got like the Jags. I think we've got like I don't think our receiving core is as good as the Jags receiving core, but it's kind of the same concept where we've got like 3 wide receiver twos. Like,
well,
they're all mid. Like Romeo Dobbs is mid. Jaden Reed's mid. Christian Watson's mid. Like they're all right, but they're like they ain't.
I think Hollywood would be a good fit because I feel like he matches that kind of mold and stuff. But yeah, now
he'd be more.
No, he matches like the style of the Packers. They like to throw it deep, and he's fast. So I think
he'd be more mid than the other 3 mid receivers.
Oh, he wouldn't, dude. Okay, so losers. Now, also, I'm gonna add another winner just because. Actually, I won't come back to that. So my losers. No, my losers, I think, are the Cats. They didn't sign anyone, and I know they didn't have like cap space like that, but they didn't sign anyone, and they lost Pollard. That's a huge hit, and like you're losing guys, right? Which is never good. So you're kind of a loser thing. I actually losers. The Denver Broncos have a quarterback. You Jerry Jeudy, and the only people you signed was like a fullback and like some kickers and secondaries who got torn. I'm not like you're definitely losers, but another loser being a Seahawks fan. The Seahawks lost so far. We lost a lot of players. We released Quandre Diggs. We released Jamal Adams. We released. We lost Parkinson. We lost DJ Dallas. I know they're not big names that are really gonna affect us. We lost Pete Carroll. So like we lost more than we got. And yes, we re-signed Leonard Williams and Noah Fant, but if we got Patrick Queen, we would have been winners. But we also lost out on Patrick Queen when there was clear interest to get him. So I think the Seahawks are also losers so far. Now the Seahawks have been like focused on the draft like kind of every year. Like we very much enjoy the homegrown aspect of it, and it's the downfall and the rise of our team. Like it happened with Legion of Boom, and it's kind of happening here. But yeah, we're definitely draft heavy team, and luckily we're really good at drafting. But the off season, the pre off season grade, we're definitely losers. And now another winner. I feel like I have to just say that the Vikings are winners. Just because they got Jonathan Greenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Aaron Jones, and like there's still time for them to even upgrade Sam Darnold, but they're winners. There's a lot of winners this year. I mean, I could have went with really anyone. I could have went with the Browns for getting another good backup and another weapon for the backups and the starters. I could have went with the Eagles for getting Saquon. I didn't. The only reason I didn't go with the Eagles is because they lost Fletcher Cox and they lost Jason Kelce. So that was a big thing. But yeah.
So just to update a little bit here. So a few release news. This isn't really new, but in recent times. So obviously the Mike Williams release is big, just came out. The Raiders are also releasing both Hunter Renfrow and Jimmy G. So both are going to be.
Oh yeah, that was. You didn't know about Hunter Renfrow?
Well, I do now.
Hunter Renfrow is a good receiver for maybe goes to a solid team like
maybe the Giants or something.
Yeah, the Giants, be a one on the Giants or something like that. But
yeah, Jimmy G's gone too. No way he gets re-signed again. And Khalil Mack will remain a Los Angeles Charger this season, so looks like Mike Williams is the only person to leave.
Yeah,
Sad.
they just had to release someone for
being $25 million.
Mike Williams is, when healthy, Mike Williams is a superstar. So yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. That's going to wrap up this episode of the 2-Minute Warning. Make sure to check us out on our socials, okay? We might be posting a little bit more free agency news in the next few days. Any new signings. We'll probably talk about touch on it next week, but we probably won't go in-depth about it. We're probably going to do more stuff as we're getting closer to the draft. We're
gonna draft scenarios, mock drafts, stuff like that. We'll also be talking about combine stats because we didn't really touch on that. I know it happened last week, but last week was a busy week for announcements and stuff. So
we spent way too much fucking time on that stupid grading, bro.
Yeah, the grades that was Argue Central. So, but yeah, we'll be talking about next week. We'll be talking about draft scenarios and the combine results and stuff like that. So, might be a lot of argues next week as well.
But yeah, make sure to check us out on our social medias, our Twitter. Also check out our Twitch. Okay, we've been kind of doing stuff on there. It's a 2-Minute Warning show on Twitch. Okay, Lucas or myself will be streaming every now and then, doing some Madden shit. So
we have a franchise.
Both of us together.
This guy started off 5-1 and then finished 6-11. And I made playoffs first year. So if you want to watch me dominate, come on over.
I don't know what happened, bro. I made one trade, and it wasn't even that big of a trade.
Yeah, who'd you trade?
I think I got Calvin Ridley. I don't know who I traded.
Oh yeah, he traded. I think Travis Kelce for Calvin Ridley, right?
No. I kept trading.
Oh no, you didn't end up trading Travis.
It was somebody. Yeah. I traded my wide receiver 2 for another wide receiver 2 that I thought was better, but I guess not. Bro, Madden Sims are fucking wild, dude. I had my own franchise and it was stupid. My own franchise mode, and somehow I got worse.
So make sure to tune into that. That's always fun. And yeah.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.